All right. One, two, three. Testing the audio. One, two, three, baby. Summertime is officially here in New York City. All right, I say we are good to go. Uh, it is apparently just about 90 degrees outside. I have my windows open. I do not have the camera on because I'm sitting here all sweaty with a simple fan on my back. I'm not blowing the AC just yet. Still a bit early for that. I'm a tad worried because I can smell something burning coming through the window. It does not smell like a barbecue. It smells more like an actual wood fire, unless someone's using wood as opposed to charcoal. I don't hear any fire trucks out there, so maybe there's someone that's just having a barbecue in the backyard of their building, and it's wafting my way. Doesn't quite smell like it, but we'll see what happens. I'm safe. I'm sound. I hope all of you guys are safe and sound on this really hot day. Upcoming week is going to be crazy in terms of heat, so everyone please be careful out there. Please be safe. Let me switch off of my regular device. Just gonna plug my headset in. Whoop, that's way too loud. There we go. Sorry about that. Where are you? There you are. Hey, okay. Alright. Okay, so first things first, let's go down the list. We got some funky beats being played through Streamlabs. Through their new Pretzel Rocks. Now this is Pretzel. Okay, so this is Pretzel Rocks through Streamlabs. Last time I used Pretzel Rocks, a portion of my video got flagged for sound on stream. Not on YouTube though. On stream, on Twitch I mean, but not on YouTube, which is very weird. So we might lose some audio in the final cut here and there. If this keeps happening, I would not be using this particular music library, even though it's literally made for streaming. What else is going on? Oh yeah, like I said, the summertime is starting up, right? The world's on fire. My world's on fire. How about yours? We all know what's going on in the world right now. A lot of crazy things, and lots of people standing together against those crazy things. Thank goodness for that. But as usual, we're not here to do politics. I avoid diving deep into politics on my streams or in any of my social media. All I have to say is this: no men of color, no women of a colorful rainbow flag, no individual of a particular religion has ever made me lose money, lose my health insurance, or force me to go to war. I'm not afraid of any of those things. So I say, listen, if you have peace and love in your heart, then God bless you, and stay strong. And that's all I have to say regarding any form of politics or social politics. The real enemies are the billionaires. And with that, we'll leave it at that, because no one needs to hear it anymore. We are here for artwork. What are we doing today, you may ask? Well, as the title suggests, we are doing some 3D modeling, 3D design in SketchUp. The bug has bitten me. There are several projects I should be working on right now. I'll go down the list of what they are, but sometimes I get a bug and it just won't go away. And when it comes to Transformers and toy design and making something that turns into something else, man, that bug bites hard. Up in the right hand corner, you actually see some 3D prints I have just made based on some old and new designs. So, many a year ago, I decided to make my own little cassette transformer. For those of you who are not in the know, back in the G1 days of Transformers, there was the awesome Soundwave who turned into a small recorder, and all of the little cassettes flew out of his chest and became the also popular Rumble, Frenzy, Laserbeak, and so on and so forth. I love Transformer toys. I love small, compact toys, and I love toys that are more than meets the eye. So just a toy with a transforming toy with more transforming toys in it is my jam. So years ago, I designed a cassette that became a tank. I had it 3D printed by a company that was doing 3D printing before 3D printers were really a thing in the household. But now that I have a 3D printer, I went back, redid the design, and I made my little transformer. It's gonna pop up in the slideshow. You're gonna see. He is the green one. Next to him is his sibling or partner, the gray one. And the green one becomes a little sci-fi tank. So I did this tank. I spent the past week redesigning some small elements. He is very small. And the gray one becomes a helicopter. But what's cool about the two of them together is that they combine into what is essentially a big T-Rex slash Godzilla combiner. I'm so proud of this guy with his long tail. In this image here, I have not added any paint jobs or stickers. I am going to add more detail to him, but the basic design is that. Next in the image right there is a new guy. I'm actually holding him in my hand at the same time. This little brown cassette turns into an anglerfish. I'm actually really happy with this. It's just the right amount of creepy, just the right amount of weird. He does have a little port in the bottom, so he can stand on a 3mm port, so you can have him floating in the air. And his mouth opens up exactly 8mm, which is exactly the size needed to munch on other cassette transformers. Yeah, so I made the tank, who is Ruckus, the helicopter, who is not Ruckus. Give me a second. I have to remember these. now. Ruckus, Riot, and Racket. There we go. So the tank is Ruckus. The helicopter is Racket, because helicopters cause a racket, lots of noise. And together, they become Riot. Riot is the T-Rex, Godzilla-looking kind of guy with little dinosaur hands. Like I said, I'm going to add stickers and paint to really make these guys pop. I like the G1 toys. One side looks like a plain cassette, like you can see right here. And then when you flip the opposite side, that's how you get all the really robotic detail, which is, you know, the teeth and everything you see in this guy right here. So yeah, I'm really proud of this. Now, here's the fun part. Today, what are we doing today? We are making another cassette, but this is an accessory cassette. I grew up with Beast Wars, right? I grew up with Beast Wars, and Beast Wars, all the parts that they had as robots, their guns, their maces, their swords, became part of them in their animal mode. Which means if you lost a gun, then your I don't know, your alligator might be losing his tail. But it was all compacted. G1 didn't have that. G1 guns just had a pile of accessories, guns, and an extra fist. Sometimes you would have an extra head just on the side when you would transform them. That has gone the way of the dinosaur. The cassettes used to have that too. Every cassette would have these silver pieces. Ravage had missiles on the side of his hips that would plug right here into what would be the cassette little holes. You can see the little cassette holes right here. Ravage, wait, does my mouse pad show up in the stream? I want to make sure. I don't think it does. I am moving my mouse pad around back and forth, and I don't think it shows up. I don't think it shows up. Oh. You know what I could do? Stand by. Let's see. Does it show up in the program, though? Stand by, y'all. Who the hell is advertising their stream in my stream? That is some sleazy stuff. Alright, anyway. You see my mouse? There you go. You can see my mouse now, I think, right? Yeah. So, let me pick a tool that's a bit more... There you go. Red. So, the holes of the cassette. they match the holes on the toy cassettes too, right? So original toys, Ravage, the holes in his body, you would attach missiles to. But when he was a cassette, the missiles just sat in a pile. There was nowhere to put them. There wasn't universal ports everywhere on your toys. That kind of bothers me, right? So what we're doing today, we're going to make accessories. These accessories will go into the holes of the anglerfish, since his cassette mold has the actual holes in it. Oh, give me a second, guys. I am gonna have to. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of this guy. That's the one thing I gotta figure. No, I'm not gonna pin this guy. How do I boot this guy? I gotta find a way to boot him if he keeps popping up. What a jerk. Anyway, my ramble continues. So the fact is, we are in all honesty, my green tank does not have holes in the frame. I couldn't find a way to put them in, so that's gonna be faked with stickers. The helicopter has one hole. The other hole will be faked with a sticker. And you can see them right here, in fact. The round hole, only the gray one has it. So the helicopter has one. And when he transforms, that means the hole is actually on the side, like a sidewinder. So we're going to make we are going to make a sidewinder missile that goes on the helicopter. B, we're going to make dual missiles that go on either side of the anglerfish. He's got little rockets. And the sidewinder missile that goes on the helicopter will open up and attach to the combined mode of Riot, the T-Rex, and make him into a dragon. We're going to give him dragon wings. That is the idea. And all of those will combine into a cassette. So it's going to be a cassette that is the accessories for your G1 cassettes. So, in other words, a place for everything and everything in this place. And that's enough jibber jabber. Let's do it. Alright. So, boop, boop, boop. So this guy right here. Okay. So. How is this guy apparently playing several things at once? Oh no, I'm an idiot. Sorry guys, I'm a complete idiot. That's the when the songs change music. That's the music. I'm thinking this was I was misreading it the whole time. I'm a fool. So these are the songs we're playing, guys. So you're gonna have the chat going off because of that. Alright, anyway. So these are two halves of the cassette. This piece right here goes into this piece right here, and it slides out. That will basically give us dragon wings. On the opposite side, I'll put some stickers on it to make them dragon wings. So these guys are good to go. The top ones, this one and this one, are going to be. We're going to add some rockets or something to them, just to design the way, make the design look good. Let me get my sketchbook out, because I like to sketch traditionally, that way I can know what I'm working with. And then I, transfer it onto this. Anyway, there we go. Let's do some design work. Enough jibber jabber, let's do some design work. We're going to explode that. Exploding means it's broken up into its individual pieces. Per usual, we are using SketchUp because I find SketchUp to be perfect for all my robot loving needs. So it's more If it was more organic designing stuff, then we wouldn't really use it, to be honest. Just double. I love SketchUp because of the measurements. Every measurement's there. Everything's perfect. For example, that's 14, right? So we're gonna explode this, break up into individual pieces. Measuring tape. We're gonna go up to 1 to 4, 14. See a little dot right there? That's our guide point. So when things are exploded, and let's say I grab this random line that's floating in space, it will click to here, and now it is part of this frame. So if I click this section, it has separated this section from the top section, like that. Okay. And until we finish using it, I always like to make group, and that's your group right there. It's good to make a group. Think of all of this as Play-Doh. If you don't make a group, and this whole object was to touch this object, they would just merge together. When you go to pull it away, it would warp everything. How do you want to do it? Okay, let's see. This is up here. That's 21. Let's make it 19. I'm also designing this with the knowledge of limitations of my 3D printer. Let's do a curve. Yeah, let's do a curve. Nice. Okay. I like to measure in between spaces. Just like figure out where everything's at. Now we have this whole... Oh, it's cool fact. Hit K. It shows you where the cutoff, where it shows you all the internal lines. So where am I standing here? This hole I've created is, I believe, 1.5. No, 2.5. Is that right? You're 2.5 deep? Let's test that. If I push this. Yeah, it's 2.5. Which means I could sink this in. Let's sink it in. Let's say 1.75. So right now I'm just designing divots to put like little missiles and stuff in here. Make it look kind of cool, you know? I'm testing where everything's at. We do some math real quick. I try to give space between the walls, like at least 1 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter. That way, when a 3D prints, it doesn't struggle to try and make those walls super thin or super thick. Ah, I'm an idiot. Back up, back up. Trying to divide it, it should be 1.25. There we go. So a little divot of about just over 1 millimeter. That's the issue. You look at it, you're like, oh, this thing is huge. It's gonna be great. No, it's all small. You have to always do your measurements. So dip it in about 1 millimeter, 1.25 millimeter, leaving another 1.25 millimeter, so it doesn't like, whoop, wait, I was way too close. So it doesn't like interfere with this internal track we've created. Ooh, excuse me, I just burped. This internal hole, this like internal track is this. This is gonna go in there, and these two pieces will slide upward. And you can see, imagine these as upside down bat wings. Boop, boop, boop. And this, which will be in between the two of them, is a connecting point. Right. Their little box for it to sit in. Okay, let's make an arbitrary measurement. Let's see. That's almost 11. Let's make it 8. There's our guideline. Bring this straight up. It's on the blue, can you tell? That little, this, you know, we're working in a 2D space. I mean, we're looking at a 2D screen, but trying to figure out a 3D space. So if you get it just right, it jumps onto what's called the blue line. And this is telling me it's on the face. That means I am perfect. Oh. That means I was. Zoom out. Perfectly straight up. All the way, all the way, all the way. On the edge. This blue line you see here, by the way, is the actual guideline. There's a blue one right here. That's your, you know, your X, Y, and Z. Green, blue, and red. $6.75. I want to give at least 2 millimeters, so it's 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Bring it back out. Nope, on the green. There we go. There. This symbol right here, where it shows like it looks like a piece of paper with an arrow coming out the top, it's called a push. So you grab a flat surface and it pushes it. And and in this case, I can make it jump right to the guide. And there we go. We now have an open little area. And we're gonna put some guns in here. Some guns. Yeah, it's gonna look good. Let me click K and take that off. Right. Ooh, nope. Also, so there's a measurement tool, obviously, my measuring tape, if I go right across. But it'll tell you right there, that little light blue, that's the center of this particular line if I go all the way up. Let's say it's 14, right? There we go. Better view of it. Okay. Come on. Don't be a jerk. Bam. About 14 and a half, right? But these are 475. Okay, I'm just thinking. See, 2.5, 2.5. It's 5. Let's do 4.5. Or, oh, I know what to do. I know what to do, people. So I'm trying to figure out how many circular cannons to put on this, and whether I should be completely centered or looped like that. Yeah, make it easier with it. Just make it easy for a 3D printer to not have to, like, you know, do a bunch of details. You know, every time you add a support to something, it you know, you have to remove that support, and that can be a pain in the butt, especially for small pieces. So I'm trying to design something that could be printed flat on this side, and not need tons of support to hold everything up. If I do perfect circles, those have to be supported. But if I do arches like this, that's different. Let's try some arches then. Nope. See, I go up by 4. I go up by 4. Nope, that's not gonna work. There's different arch tools in this, so I'm trying to figure out which one I should use. What is going on? My measurements are going weird. Bear with me. I'm watching the little measurement meter in the corner. Okay, that's the issue. Let's go up to let's say we go up to like 5 on this. 5 millimeters high. If it lets me. Come on, don't be a jerk. Give me that measurement. Close enough. Huh. Oh, I know what to do. No, we're not going to use the pie tool. We're going to use 3-point arch. Boop. That's what that does. Okay. Okay, people. I know what we're doing here. I know what we're doing. Let's see if this works. Trying to figure out the measurement. So there's a 3-point arch. It clicks there. It clicks there. Nope. Oh, why am I struggling with this? Maybe I should try. Oh, okay. 3, click. Right. 3, click. 3, click. All this to find. This is the part where I'm like, I sit here and do all the mental measurements, trying to figure out everything in this. Basic arch. 4 millimeters. There we go. Tiny canyon, but it works. Nope, nope. All right. And is there room for one more? Nope, no there's not. That's a pain in the butt. There we go. All right. So they're basically just barely a millimeter apart. And each of these is 4 millimeters. So it'll be a small detail, be like really, really tiny. But we're gonna get a bunch of little canyons off of this. And I'll show you how we're gonna do that too. But in a moment. Nice, there we go. There we go. Gonna explode this one real quick. So that mental faffing around I go through to get it just right. Put you over here. I gave that 1.5. Same thing over here. We're gonna mimic that. 125. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. Take that tool. We're gonna take these lines. We're gonna take this tool. We're going to flip it. Since it's all blue and highlighted, it will all move together. Put it right there. Now, luckily, this side doesn't have to deal with this track. I could sink this in heavily and do whatever design I want in it. Once I get rid of some of these lines, of course. There we go. I might do some stuff here and here to fill in the gap, you know, just fill in some details. Oof, gotta drink some water. What to do here? I don't want to just do more tubes. I'm right now doing a little research. I'm checking out the details on the original G1 accessory toys. Just to get some idea of like pattern, and they're all pretty simple, to be honest. Oh, you know what? Yeah. That makes sense. I got something. Not too sure how I'm going to do this, but we're going to try anyway. Let's hold on. gonna put little vents on the back here. The idea is when these two halves are together, this piece, which pegs right here, slides out, which is why I have a gap here. This plugs in. So this guy plugs in. These are the guns facing forward. This is the back side. So this is going to be a vent on the back side of it. Vent, vent. Okay. How do you want to do it? How much space is this? That's 10. When it's purple, like that line you just saw, when that line's purple, it means that it's mathematically correct, but it's not on the regular up, down, left, right. It's matching the other geometry. It's matching the geometry of your model as opposed to... Oh, what the heck's going on? There you go. It didn't want to give me a guide point. Why being a jerk? Oh! Because I'm not using the right tool. I'm drawing lines. I'm not freaking making guide points. There we go. So I'm putting up the guide points. This way, when I start laying out lines, I don't have to, they'll just click to the guide points. Because nothing's worse than drawing a line in space and then rotating and realizing it's way over there. Because you can't tell. And you know, you're looking at a screen, you can't tell. Boom. Especially if you're working on something. Oh no, wait. Let me back up. Working on something that's at an angle like that. Good luck trying to like attach your cursor to it. Nope, not what I want. There we go. So what we're gonna do is make little... Here's the fun part. Because it's at an angle, if I go to push this, will it push straight on this line here? Will it push essentially on the green axis, or will it go with the angle? I say it's gonna go with the angle. Yep. Watch, underneath it. You see them right here? They're going with the angle as opposed to going straight. And I'm okay with that. just for the heck of it, we're gonna put a box here. We're doing like random little details. Nope, let's not do that. Let's change that. Let's change that measurement real quick. Let's make it 1.5. The gap, that is. If you push it all the way to the edge, it does that and boop, disappears. I'm gonna see. Ha! There we go. Now there's no like weird gap it has to deal with. But I am gonna check something though. Delete that. Delete that. Yep, they merge perfectly because there's a hole here. These two walls met perfectly. Nice. When they meet, the program will remove any excess interior walls, which is what you want for a clean model. All right. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close my window blinds. It's dark outside. I don't want people peeking in. One moment. moment you step out, the moment I step away from my fan, I could feel that heat. Alright, back at it. You know what I kind of want to do? I kind of want to make a hold here and then sink it in. And then, when it comes to me stylizing these things, I could put a little sticker of like a nuclear power symbol right here. The back sides are just flat. They're going to print nice and clean. And I'm going to put stickers on these to be bat wings. I'm not going to design that. Because I like printing flat when I can, and then letting the fine details be on one side. Because, you know, sometimes printers don't print the way you want them to, you know? Sometimes 3D printers can be temperamental. So you gotta take what you can. That's 9. Or half of 9 is 4.5. So let's say 4.5. Boom, right there. This to here is what? 13. You know what? Let's go a little higher. Go bring this up to 5. That's 13. Let's make this make that 7. And then this is going to be, let me see. That's 5 and 5. Ugh. I don't want to get too close to this empty shell here, right here. So. Because I don't want to have this be too thin, and then it prints weird. There's this little path right here. This wall will print weird. That's 7. I'm just gonna sink it in by about 1, just 1 millimeter. That way it doesn't reduce the integrity of this. And we're going to put a little sticker there afterwards. We're going to put a little nuclear warning symbol. It's... No, this thing's electric. I need the nuclear reaction to cause 1.121 gigawatts. God, I'm such a nerd. Alright, I think that's enough detail here. I don't want to put any more detail around this guy. There's enough for him. For now. Now. The top halves are the same. We're going to just mirror them. So. The question I have to ask myself is, how do I want to do this? I want to keep the hole here. Are these perfectly measured up? Yes, they are. So I think what we're going to do is this. From right there. There. That's my guideline. So we're gonna cut on this guideline. This is where all the anal retentive, nitpicking, mental mathematics and gymnastics come into play. All right. On the green. Can I get rid of this without? Nope, no I can't. Oh, you jerk. This is right beneath it. I know it's going to want to... There. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is the line we want, and I feel like it's going to try and jump to that line. Keep it on green, keep it on green. Bam! There we go. Woo! Oh, forgot to do this one. Okay, so select plus sign, select plus sign, select plus sign, select. So we're going to select all of these lines, and then we're going to copy and paste them to the other side. Well, we're going to flip them and then copy and paste. Oh, that was stupid. These lines aren't needed. I need to connect over here. I'm an idiot. Okay. Redo. There we go. Nope. Okay, these are the ones I want. Nope. You. There we go. And you. And you. And you. And you. I'm being lazy. I don't want to redraw the lines on the other side. I'm going to copy and paste them from this side to the other side. Copy, paste. Okay. Flip it. Drag it over that way you guys can see. There we go. Whew. So I'm going to copy this whole thing. Copy, paste. I'm going to put them over here for now. Let's get rid of some of these, all these guidelines. Too much, too much, too much, too much. There we go. Okay, so first things first, to protect this, we're gonna make it a group. To protect this, we're gonna make it a group. Alright. And all we need now is the bottom half of this guy. So we're just gonna get rid of everything here. Second thought, let's try a different approach. Maybe we should just erase. Let's see what we're working with here. What's happening here? Something's happening here. Oh, okay. Nope, that ain't right. Blue means it's going up, not across. I need to go across. There we go. Nope. See how it says green and endpoint, green and endpoint? These are all the little hidden geometry that your eye can't see, but the computer's telling you it's there. And I'm right now making sure endpoint to endpoint is getting filled in. Is it annoying and tedious? Absolutely. But it has to be done. Question is, how do I get rid of this part without making it funky? There we go. That's it. That's it. That's the top half we're gonna keep. The bottom half is over there. Yep. Once again, flip. Nope, not that way. That way. That should do it. Yep, there we go. Once again, there are probably easier, smarter ways to do this, but whoever told you I was smart lied to you. All right, there's our boy. Just gotta fill in this right now. So all I'm really doing right now is getting the base shape, and then we're gonna sculpt it around, if that makes sense. And then we can always flip mirror it. Luckily, I'm not gonna be doing two different designs. We'll mirror it from here. And then it just comes down to fine tuning, like how do these pieces connect? Am I going to be making, you know, ball and sockets? Am I, you know, not ball and sockets, sorry, pegs and holes? There we go. Oop, we were in the model for a minute. It's all coming up Millhouse. Save, always save. Let me look at my original sketches so I can remember how I thought about doing this. Hey, I see you there. That little speck right way over here. Boop. Okay. So here's our slight dilemma of how we're going to go about this. This piece, let me back up. So we know that this piece is this piece, and then we'll flip it to also be this piece. Same piece either way. I could do a peg sticking out the bottom right here, so it connects into this one, and vice versa into this one. We could do that. But if I want to do a piece come out the side, for example, right? Let's say I do a piece coming out this way, piece coming out this way, and they interlock. There will also be offset, which means when you plug them into the toy, they'll be like lopsided. Won't be higher than the other. I kind of want to make sure it all connects. That connects here this way and connects that way. It's kind of the thing I want to go for. Otherwise, this whole thing's held together by just this sliding piece. Which I'm a little iffy about. So I'm looking at my sketches and I'm thinking about something right now. Alright. Alright. Thinking in 3 dimensions is hard, people. Alright. So, we're gonna move this a little closer. That way I don't have to keep moving the screen for you guys. There we go. So our dilemma is, we're gonna have to make a peg that comes down. Most likely on this side. Pegs into here, pegs into here. But I would like a peg that comes off right here, the equivalent of this side. That way the two of them meet. Ah, you know what? We'll make it asymmetrical. Let's make them asymmetrical. One has a peg, one has a hole in slot. A hole slot. What's a good half of 19? 8. Duh. Nope. That's 16. 9 and 9. It's 18. So let's make it 9. Okay, so we can't go over to the edge. So one side's gonna have a gun, the other side's gonna have an indent like a missile launcher. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Boom, boom, boom. For me, it sounds like he'll start playing Wonder Woman. Boom, 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 Wonder Woman. So 21 by... Nope. 8.5. Let's make that 21 by 7.5. Give it a good 1 centimeter here. Millimeter. 1 millimeter. Drop this in by, let's say, 2. So we're going to put a bunch of bullets all up in here. That's what we're going to do for this guy. Before I go any further, I think we should figure out this part here. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. You're all going to make roughly 5mm ports. Maybe 4.5, play it safe. That's what we're going to do. Here, on this guy, I just did a simple flat piece. I'm thinking for these, I should do 5mm ports. I don't think. I'm thinking about it. But either way, let's center it out. My math was way off on that. Let's just do... You can't see, I'm going off screen for a minute. Let's bring this out to 8. it needs to be 5 the long way, right? 5 by, let's say 2.5. Put it upward for now. And we're also going to pull it downward. So this particular gun will go on either side of one of the cassettes, which means if the cassette is 8 millimeters deep in, this should be 4 millimeters each. So let's say they will do 4. If they stick out a little bit, that's fine. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is an interesting trick. I'm going to take this, make group. I'm going to hit save in case everything goes to pot. Save. I'm going to take this guy. Yep, he's a group now. Make group. Nope. Nope. Make group. I'm going to move him into him like so. Nope, that's going the wrong way. Come on, man. Let me just do some check real quick. This should work. Oh, there's one thing I gotta check. Shoot, shoot, shoot. How deep is this peg? From there up, it is 3. That's no good. Alright, back up. So I'm trying to make it with a they don't interact in weird ways. Ah, that's 3. Shoot. Fine. .5. That's way too short. Did I do that right? No, that's 1.5. Redo. 2.5. That's 2.5. It's a short peg, but we won't hold it against him, you know? Okay, make group. So what we're gonna do now, hold on to your butts. Right there. Oh, no. Stay on the red, stay on the red, stay on the red. Okay. That is 10.5. Let's give ourselves a good, this should be 12.5. So let's do 12.5 instead. There we go. So this gives us a good distance. It doesn't break off. Alright. Let's explode this again real quick. I'm gonna grab this. Nope, nope. Come on. Him. We're gonna sink him into it. There we go. So these two are colliding. Luckily, one is... Alright, so I think we're good. But I'm gonna, like I said, play it safe. Copy, paste, move your butt over here. There we go. Okay. Now they've both exploded. They are both merged, but there is this internal space which isn't quite right. So we're gonna do intersect with model. And doing that hopefully creates lines. There you go. See these lines right here? That means this model has intersected properly. But we might still have some internal shenanigans going on. So I'm just gonna delete that. There we go. This needs to go. And to make sure the printing process also works well. There we go. There. Now it is literally like a complete hollow piece. There's it. Perfect. Alright. We've done that. Looks like a little machine gun. It's perfect. Looks like a little machine gun. Copy, paste. I don't have any extras. I'm off the screen. Sorry about that. Make group. Okay, so this is our backup for all of that stuff. It's gonna go way over here. Now this should work. There we go. Now I just gotta make this be a mirror to this in some way or form. So this nozzle will go into an empty slot here. These pegs will go into slots I will make here and here eventually. Let's get back into this guy and do some detail. Yeah. This peg. This peg shouldn't interact with anything up in here or over here. I'm so excited! I'm so excited, guys. Like, I'm so happy that these little 3D models have been coming out good. My friend said, oh, you should sell them at conventions. I go, yeah, but it's such a bitch to, like, put them together. And selling something that's like, this would only sell for a really niche market of like adult collectors who know not to freaking break these things. But there are plenty of websites where I could probably sell the files along with instructions on like how to assemble them. And that I don't mind at all. How much space did I give this guy? 2. Okay. How tall did I make this guy? 7.5. Okay. Here's the shell. We're gonna make the head of the bullet. 4.5 minus from 7, roughly 7.5 is 4.5 plus 2 is 6.5. Duh. So 2.5. Enter. Whoa, wrong way. Point 6. There we go. Come on, where's the center? Getting rid of that inner wall. Because you think the inner walls won't be a problem, so the 3D printer goes, no! Why do you do this? Oh, nope. I'm gonna cut these in half. This music's good. Let's see how much of it gets muted later on. Like I said, Twitch is weird that way. That seems right. Did I do it? Did I get half of it right? Yep, that's it. Okay. Let's move you. Let's make you group. Make group. I like this shape. I'm just gonna move him over here in the spares. Four across. If I remember correctly, we said how many is this? 21. So 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 5 of these. Alright. One button. Whoa. That is what happens when you don't select all of it. And when you don't select all of it and only grab the corner, that is what happens. Let's repeat. Wait a minute. Are you guys actually lined up? Yeah, you're lined up. Okay. Come on. Move in the direction I want, you jerk. There we go. Oh, once again, select all of it. Come on, move up. Okay, it's the blue axis. It's like it's trying, but it just doesn't want to do it. It's like it's so freaking close. Come on, come on. There we go. Get rid of these inner lines, which makes it now open. If I get rid of that. Oh, no, that probably... No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. Copy paste, just in case. Make group, just in case. That's good. Let's make both of them a group. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Let's move him over. Check out them bullets. And just to make sure. Ooh, there's a hole right there. Banner. Alright, let's get rid of this. We don't need this, these layers. That and that. But there is an issue with the curve. How do we correct that? That's the question. We are in the model. Oh, I know how. I think I know how. If I just... Yeah. Yeah, that is sealing. It's all sealed up. How about the last one? Yep. Oh, we don't need these top ones either. Doing this, removing these inner walls, like I said, it makes it what's called, it makes it essentially watertight. There's no weird geometry hidden from the eye. And when you go to print, because I have 3D printed stuff where it gives me a warning saying something isn't right, but the program to do the 3D printing, the slicer, doesn't really panic, but it makes it easier for you when you know you got it right. Tedious as all heck, most definitely, but still. Now I'll just leave that space open. Make group, and we're gonna once again put this guy in the save for later file. All right, we're doing good here. You know, for some people this might be boring as heck, but like seeing it come together with the details makes me happy. Now my only real concern is a square peg going to a round hole. That's 2.5 millimeters right here, right? So I could try and like curve that. Like I could try and like legitimately like shave the edges. I didn't want to do a perfect circle, because even though that'll fit in the main cassette hole this well, it limits how much space I could use on the edge of this guy. But we could try it. Because if it's a 5mm port, that'll be 1.5 walls for it to slide into and not break out of. I'm thinking about this once again as in 3D printing. How much space do I have? How much space do I not have? That kind of thing. So what's the size of this guy? Four altogether, right? And that's 5 millimeters. So let's go in another. Let's make it 5.5. Nope, that's stupid. 5. So it'll be 10.5. Let me grab this and pull this back out to there. There we go. Hey, Red. Did you just get in here? Because I could ramble about what I've been doing. You can see in the upper right corner of the screen the photographs I've uploaded, what the cassettes I've been making. Yes, on the upper right screen you can see the photographs of cassettes I've been making. I got the bug, dude. I got the Transformer design bug. There's other projects I should be working on, but this week I have to get rid of it. So what you see up in the corner. Okay, so there's a combined mode I put up on Instagram of a tank and a helicopter that make a T-Rex, right? I just made this guy. He actually has both the holes in the design. I was able to get both the holes rather than fake it later on with stickers. He's an anglerfish, dude. I made an anglerfish. And as the photos are gonna show you, he actually has a peg on the bottom, so you can fit on your standard figurine stand of 3 millimeters, so you can make him float. And his mouth is a perfect size 8 millimeters to hold other cassettes. So I'm super proud of that right there, right? But what I am doing right now is making another cassette. That's the accessories. Because you remember all the old Transformers, you know, once you go from robot to truck, the guns and the missiles, they have nowhere to go. The newer Transformer toys, everything has a place. So what I'm doing is making a cassette that is strictly just the parts to go as accessories to the other ones. So far you can see one part here is a gun, and that makes up the top half of this, and these two halves come together and they're also accessories. So I'm making cassettes that could be accessories, and if this works, as I was saying earlier in the stream before you jumped in, I could probably sell these or sell the files for like collectors who like to 3D print their own files as like cassettes that double as accessories for G1 pieces. Joe, and for those of you who don't know, Joe, our good friend Joe, also goes by Kratorius Rex. He was suggesting I sell these at conventions. Like that I print them out, assemble them, and sell them. I'm a little iffy on that because 3D prints can be, you know, unreliable. One print works nice, the other print cracks in your hand. But there are all websites where I can sell the files with instructions on how people can assemble them themselves. So I don't know, I'm just kind of stoked about it, you know. It's coming out together well. Anyway, yeah, that's the stream so far. Okay, did you see that? I tried to make this line go to the center point, and instead it made this funky angle. There we go. Oh, what is there's some shenanigan going on here. What is this? Ah, there you are. Yeah, there. Freaking funky looking geometry. Okay, so this is 4 millimeters diameter altogether. This hole is 4.5, just enough to like give some clearance. Almost 7. Clean this up. 3. That'll be 6. Let's go. Kidding me? I got one fan on me, and to be honest, the one fan on me works fine. I carry it from room to room. When I go to bed, I put the fan on me. When I'm gonna sleep, I put the fan on me. I avoid having the AC until I really, really need it. I said earlier in the stream, I could smell smoke outside my building. It's wafting in through the window, and I'm like, it doesn't smell like barbecue smoke. It smells like wood burning. But I haven't heard any fire alarms, so I'm guessing someone is burning like wood in their freaking hibachi. Look out my window, just a bunch of like grown men butt naked wearing wooden masks, just like chanting and freaking jumping, running around a freaking bonfire. hit K. Alright, good. So we can see how far these go in. This one's long enough to accommodate that gun. So that's going to be a gun. Now this one has slots. Maybe a grenade launcher. This isn't as shallow because the freaking holes it has. Actually, let me bring this up too. Let's play it safe. I need space right here when it 3D prints. That's the thing about doing 3D modeling, like on this scale. When you zoom in, you forget how small things were. Like if all of this was freaking like bumped up by 3 times size when I 3D printed, I wouldn't have to worry about the walls like that. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Nope. Gonna try something else. No. Let's put this here. Wait. Let me remove the outlines. Because the outlines, it will grab onto the outlines as well. Okay, that seems right. Right, so we're doing 2.4 on these. Let's change that one. Let's put it right here. Four. And then 2.4. Nope. 2.4. There we go. So we are pretending to do little to get up in here and fix this. So these are little grenade launchers. These are little grenades, little round grenades. Oop. And we don't need... Wait, do I need that? No, we don't need that. That's gonna basically disappear into the background. All right. Whoop. There we go. These are just little random designs. Like this is, these are grenades being pushed out by this. Dunk, 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 dunk. I don't think I want to add any more detail to these two flat areas. Let me make group. Let me move this over. Is this a group? No, it's not. Let's make this a group. What's going on, Red? If you're still there, what's going on, man? Any interesting, any new shows, games? Sudden ninja attacks? I don't know. What's going on, man? Oh, nope. Oh, look at that. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh. Oh! Feels good. Feels real good. Just shrinking these down to make them 2mm. I'm hoping I'm hoping that at 2mm, this square peg will fit into the round hole. Like, I'm hoping like it won't cause that much of an issue. Otherwise, I gotta find a way to slightly round it off. Which even then, it's like, on a microscopic level, how much can this 3D printer actually do? Oh, I'm gonna completely round it off, and it's like, it barely even registers when it goes to print. You still get a sand part of it. Not the end of the world, if it happens. Okay. File save. Now we deal with this one. Pushing them all. There we go. Red, since I figured Instagram, Instagram knows which idiots are idiots and it sends us all similar stuff. Have you been getting bombarded with this, I want to say Japanese. I actually haven't double checked. A band of 4 Asian girls who play nothing but brass instruments. Have you been getting hit with their stuff lately? Like, they're super talented. It's just really funny that every time I log onto Instagram, I now get hit with more of their stuff. Like, it gets to that thing where it's like, there's even an audio clip that people use like on TikTok and stuff where it's like, if you're seeing this, it's because if you're seeing this, it's because the algorithm sent it to you. It's like, it's like a clip of like, if you're getting this particular video suggested, you know why. They heal my soul. I get into the habit of like copying and pasting everything. So this whole, all of this here are backups in case something goes horribly wrong. And then everything here is what we're working with. Now, trying to make a shape in this curve is a pain in the tuchus. So we're going to use a technique. I just always forget what it's called. So every time I try to do it, basically it will remove... Ooh. That's off by a pinch. It will remove the space from one where the other one's touching it. I just always forget which tool it is in this freaking program. So we're gonna try this out. Let's see. Is it? It's not delete, but it's similar to it. Subtract. Subtract one solid from a second solid. Keep only the end result. Did that work? Oh, well, first thing I gotta do is, first thing I have to do is look at the actual info, because these need to be solid, and I'm hoping this is a solid piece. Window, no, tools, window, model info. Nope, that's not it. Okay. Window. It's units. Nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, where are you? I'm gonna assume that one's okay. Awesome. Okay. I think now we're okay. File. Save. Yeah, I think one of them wasn't like... Our little Tommy gun guy here wasn't quite airtight. Wait. Got a Pachinko crane controller for... Okay, so I know what the Pachinko is, but crank controller, I gotta look that up. I gotta look up what that looks like. But with that being said, so you have a I'm guessing you have a Pachinko game obviously for the Sega Saturn. Don't you become a gambler now, man. No. Okay, so it's not subtract. Shoot. What is the name of this freaking tool? remove. Outer shell, combine multiple solids into one and remove the interior geometry. No, we want to do the opposite of that. I don't know if you guys can see the window I'm looking at, the drop down window. So there's subtract, which subtracts one solid from another and leaving the empty space, if that makes sense. Outer shell, which combines to remove the inside. That could come in handy for future 3D modeling. Solid Inspector, I'm trying to find out the name of this freaking program that I downloaded and added to this freaking. It's an extension. Is it dynamic components? Nope. Shoot. So it's not subtract. Dang. Oh, there it is. Trim. Trim. Is trim it? Subtract one solid from a second solid. Keep the first solid and the resulting substructure. Wait, what? Let's try that. Okay. Nah, no, it just removes the in-between. That's not what I want to do. We are trying. Oh wait, did I do it backwards? Maybe I did it backwards. Okay, let's see. I think I did it backwards. So if I grab this now and pull him over. Ah, there's us. There it is. Awesome. There it is. Oh, thank God. And I can always adjust the spacing. I was explaining that to one of my coworkers. So at work, it's actually topical. At work, one of the wheels, called a caster wheel, broke on my lawnmower. It just gave out. So I took it inside. We unscrewed it, and when we popped it off, it just spilled all of its freaking ball bearings. And I went, ah, Plinko! And my coworker started laughing, and I was like, yo, do you know about pachinko? He was like, what's that? And I go, it's pretty much Japanese Plinko, but there's a slight gambling aspect to it. You're always trying to get more. I'm using a tool in this called Solid Inspector. It was an extension, and it helps double check for any weird geometry or random lines or walls inside your model. It saves me so much damn time, thank goodness. Nope, that's the wrong model. Thank you. Yeah, so I was telling him. I was telling my coworker about that. Cause like what in the end, like you go and get prizes or something like that. And oh no no no. And I want to say there we go. I want to say this is exactly everything we needed, with the exception of the small plug I gotta make that goes inside this slider. I want to say we have succeeded. So I'm gonna do explode that. I'm gonna grab this and just push it by 0.25. Because it's a lot easier. 0.25. It'll be a lot easier for me to add. There you go. Like if this ends up being too loose, I could just like add a little bit of glue, of paint to the original peg, as opposed to trying to sand the peg down, which then you know, screws up the integrity. So I could just like make this wider, and if it's too loose, I could always just put a little paint on this guy. Oh, they got a guy hooks in you, man. The guy's hooks in you. So there is an artist who makes. He has a YouTube channel where he makes these really funny videos, usually with characters like Raven from Teen Titans, Gwen from Ben 10. The videos on YouTube are actually really funny and silly. It's just them like interacting as characters. But I'm pretty sure he has a website where he makes more raunchy videos. I say this because he does. This guy, if you know him, you know him. He made a video where it's obviously an overly sexualized Rouge from Sonic the Hedgehog. Like her cleavage is like super detailed and sweaty, and it just screams like, "Oh, this is a porn video." And it ends up not being a porn video. The whole gag is that Rouge has so much cleavage, she can hide a Sega Dreamcast inside of it, and that's like the punchline of like the entire video. Right. So 2 by 4. 2 by 4. Let's do a rectangle that's 2 by 4. Yeah, if like I said, I'm pretty sure the guy is more known for like his raunchy videos. But he has a YouTube channel where he just uploads like comedy stuff. And the Rouge one got me, man. When I said that Rouge video, I was like, okay, that's good. Given like the prevalence of like, once a game comes out, if there's a 3D model for a character, people will jump on it. Okay, 2 by 4. Boom. That's gonna be 8. Mm-hmm. 1. I think it's funny, like in later games, I think it's no, not games. I think it was the Sonic series they had online recently, where he like travels through dimensions. I think it's that one. You know, Rouge's design, where she has a bodysuit now. They kind of downplayed like the cleavage, but if that's the same one I'm thinking of, like the way they animate her, the way she taught, the voice actors, the way they animate her, she's just a she's just a fun character. There's just there's a scene either in one of the newest games or in the TV series where she's just chilling out in the rafters, like she's sitting there, but you don't see her wings. And the wings literally pop outward, like they just kind of flutter outward, and rather than flap downward, she like glides. So it's a great scene that's like it's a scene of dialogue that's punctuated by her movement. She's like, you know, how's it going, boys? Bam, wings come out. Then she just gently jumps off, gently glides, and like everything about her is just animated a certain way. And I think it's that same series where you find out she does in fact sleep like a bat upside down. It's like a scene where she's just like napping with her wings around her. Like it's some series where like they were like, you know what, Rouge is really popular, but let's make her interesting, not just like a sexy character. And it was one of the newest series, and I just really like the way the animators handled it. Okay. Oh, no. Wrong one. Ooh, did I do this wrong? Oh, I did this one wrong. I'm an idiot. Shoot, I'm an idiot. I did something wrong here. I made the peg wide. And I want to... Yeah, I did the peg wide, but I did the slot narrow. And I want to keep it to the standard of the peg. Because if I do that, that's how I still end up with my... Yep. Okay. See, all that planning and things always end up weird. That's my mistake. I'm a dang fool. Ah, okay. Let's get rid of this. Don't need this. So So this is 2. Yeah, so this needs to go up. Down by an inch. I say inch. Down by 1. Okay, okay. Uh-oh. Nope, no, no. What's acting funny? You. Oh, frick. There's some weird geometry going on here. Everything for Final Fantasy for Marvel is called Marvel Token? What? Fighting Souls? No. 4v4 fighting Marvel. What? Wait, so is this like a 4-player, or you're talking about like you could select 4 characters? How Marvel vs. Capcom used to do that kind of stuff. Oh, something's going on. I have like a hidden wall here I have to get rid of. There we go. Hopefully that won't fudge around with anything. I have to admit, I'm a little nervous. Oh, let me see. I believe you can either play one character with 3 strikers, or play as all 4. Okay, tag fight. Okay. That sounds, dude. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of hyped for that. I'll admit. Granted, my hype for like, I guess you could say my hype for that kind of game, especially for IP stuff like Marvel, kind of stopped at Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Maybe because, like, I don't know. I never played Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I don't know. Marvel Capcom 2 was like the hype for me because it had like a bajillion characters. Alright, so my worry, this is 1.5 millimeters. So my only worry is that if you're aggressive, you might break this when sliding this piece back and forth. That's my only real fear. That's 2. I wonder, could we sink it in more? Because the other option would be to sink this dotted line, to sink it in more. Like sink everything inward. Pull this one out, pull this one forward as well. Like sink it, sink it, sink it. How much space do we have before we hit this guy? Yo, what is going on? There's like weird geometry stuff happening. You know what? We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. Overthinking it. We'll do a test print. Make group. We'll do a test print at a later time. See how it goes. I mean, this little plug works fine enough half the time. Boom. That should do it. Make group. Yeah, let's do a little test real quick. This visual test. First, we gotta grab this, turn it sideways. Nope, that's not how I want to do it. Try again. Come on, give us that 90. There we go. Come on, focus. That right? No, it's not. Or is it? Oh, it is. It just looks weird. Alright. So that goes there. And then I did it. Did it funny. Nope. I did it wrong. Shoot. Explode. That comes out an inch. This goes in. I say inch. Okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. Silly Dante, silly Dante. Yo, I know this might not be up your alley, dude, but Nintendo Direct just dropped like a trailer for like a full-on like cinematic trailer and like full description for freaking Donkey Kong. And dude, I'm all for like Donkey Kong with like freaking like unknown reason as to why Pauline's a little girl just traveling with him. Am I doing this wrong? Something's not right here. There we go. Just trying to get the measurement on this right. Because that means this side should also be 1.5. Perfect. Okay. Sorry guys, went quiet for a moment there. Doing the mental math again. There we go. Yes. Yes, queen. Oh, look at that. And then, if I was to slide this out 8mm. That's exactly 8. And there's a little microscopic leeway. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I don't know how to do that. Okay. And this goes there. That wall's a bit thin there in the middle. Not the worst, because if it breaks through, it's still solid on either side. Even if it breaks through and touches that spot. Oh, look at it. Oh, wait. One last thing. There we go. Woo! What a freaking journey, man. This rotates downward, allowing this entire stretch right here to be used as like a sidewinder with vents in the back. Then it can open up either way, and it'll look like a pair of bat wings. These two interlock in the opposite side. Aside from the hole, it's a cassette tape. Oh! Yo, we did it. We did it. We definitely did it. It is a, and look at that time. Like, granted, I started some of this early in the week, but just about 11 o'clock, and look at that, man. I am so proud of it. Now I just gotta hope it 3D prints correctly. Oh my goodness. Let's get rid of these I'm just doing a little cleanup, getting rid of all the excess lines. Make a group again. Oh, I'm so freaking happy. Oh, I'm so happy. I'll probably 3D print these in white, and then give them a bit of a silver spray paint, because the original accessories was silver. I'll probably make a sticker to put in the back of this to make it look like a pair of dragon wings. Because this doesn't need to look like a... This is just the shape of a cassette. It doesn't actually need to be a cassette. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what sticker to put in the back. Maybe I will put a sticker to make it look like an actual cassette. And I'll kind of fudge the dragon wings onto it. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm so happy. Let's turn off this music for now. Oh, there we go. Much better. Oh, but yeah, we did it. We did it. File, save it, please. So essentially what comes next is that I take these 5 pieces. I'm going to rearrange them to what I think is the best export. Like, in truth, they're probably all going to just go 90 degrees flat. I'm going to flip them over 90 degrees flat. And then we'll export them. The only real issue I get when I 3D print might be the supports inside of the tunnel in which the sliding rack goes into. Might have an issue with that, like trying to break it and get it out from inside. We will see. But oh, so happy. And yeah, that's that's pretty much it right there. If you want to see the more up-close photographs that are right now looping over on our right side, check out my Instagram. I uploaded I uploaded all these pictures so far, with the exception of the anglerfish. The anglerfish here is this is a premiere for you guys, but the brown anglerfish has not yet been like photographed and put on Instagram. But X, Blue Sky. I need to add that to my links in the bottom there. Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram. All of these are on there as of right now. Once I get the final 3D print done, then I'll put a little. Then comes like for me the kind of tedious part. Strange enough, this isn't really the tedious part. The tedious part will then be doing the little painting details, putting stickers on them to make them look like cassettes. Like the old cassettes had like really shiny reflective stickers. The final highlights. And that's pretty much it on that. As always, this video is gonna be saved on Twitch for about a week. It'll be permanently on my YouTube channel. If you have suggestions of where to upload these files for purchase, because I know there's a few websites people upload files to, let me know. I'll probably make accounts on different websites, because it'll be a lot easier for me to upload the files and let people print them out as they wish, and then have fun with them. Well, maybe I will make a few of these. If the printing goes well, maybe I will make a few of these and assemble them and sell them at conventions. But it is a really niche kind of thing. But who knows? So leave those comments on any of the social media websites, on Instagram, on X, on Blue Sky, Bluesky, wherever. And I think that will be it. Red, as always, thank you for dropping in. I know this is not the most riveting of things to watch for some people, but yeah, thank you for dropping in. Thank you everyone else who have dropped in, who will drop in, etc., etc. And yeah, so once again, I am Dante. Like, share. Oh, sorry, I almost dropped something. I dropped something while giving out my outro. How lovely is that? Give me a second, guys. Jesus Christ. Happy I can, man. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy I can make someone else happy. It's nice. It's nice. All right. So where was I? Oh yes. Once again, guys. I am Dante. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, fave, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you